Hello, grown folks. I'm here with Mr. Christopher Blocker just to ask a few job related questions, personal questions, and a little fun question. Is it okay if I put the camera on you, mister?
Yes.
Thank you. So I have a paper here, little interview here. What do you like about your dream job?
Oh, let's see. The fact I get to put my degree to good use, I get to travel with the students I work with,
Mm-hmm.
I get to be a part of a team, working with college athletics and stuff. Being in sports medicine, I've always loved medicine since I was a kid, so I get to do it to good use. And just the relationships I build with the students I'm with, it's more than just being on a team and seeing them all the time. Like, I really get to spend time with them. Like, one of the kids I've spent with over the last few years, he's kind of like a big little brother to me now, and I still stay in
Mm-hmm.
touch with him. So I would guess those are my favorite parts of my job.
Good. If you didn't choose this field, what would have been your backup plan, if any?
This didn't work out. Just like a lot of people in Fayetteville, I'd have joined the army and stuff. Like, that's kind of what everybody did at home. Is either that you played sports, you got a job, or you went to the military. And going from a military family, that would probably been the next thing out and stuff. Was just try to join the army, serve,
Mm-hmm.
be all I could be. Probably wouldn't have liked it, but it'd have been to me the easiest thing to do because this is really all I wanted to do.
Do you think you would have been married by this
um,
time had you
by
went to the army?
By this time, I would have hoped so, but it probably would have been somebody on base and stuff. Probably some little more aggressive. Probably a girl that probably could run faster than me, be stronger than me, and stuff. Probably shoot better than me. But things would have been a lot different if I chose the army route.
Mm-hmm. Now, what advice would you give a person who wants to reach this specific goal, like the field that you're in? What would you tell them?
I would tell them be prepared to spend a lot of time away from what you're doing. Like, I do a lot of traveling with what I do, so if you're in a relationship, you have to have communication. Like with you and me, like we talk all the time and stuff, and like even though I give you your space, you still got to have the open communication, let things go on. Always be a student. You can't be afraid to learn something new. Because I always tell even my students, if I feel like I know everything, like I can't be taught, I'm gonna stop what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Never be afraid to not have all the answers and not be afraid to fail because there's
Mm-hmm.
always something growing about the field and there's always something you can learn. Whether you've been doing it as long as I have, you've been doing it for 20 years, or you're fresh out of college. Always be a student, and just understand that people understand more than what you care than what you know, because I can share them all the knowledge in the world, but if they feel like I don't have their best interest at heart, it doesn't matter.
That's
So
true.
just I feel like that's the biggest thing I learned, is like show your patience and your people that you care about them as people and not just a number.
Well, thank you for those jewels. Now, on to personal questions. Have you ever experienced depression?
Yeah, I can think of twice. The first time it was during a really dark time in my life. It was in 2006. My mother just got deported to Panama. That was not long before I finished high school. And before kind of rewinding back around this time in 2006, Bush was rounding up people who were considered illegal. And my mother, she'd been here for a long time and stuff. And at the point, they were taking people left and right. And so
Mm-hmm.
my mother got sent to prison for 3 months. And seeing her like that put me in a deep hole. But then seeing her get deported and no promise of her coming back, that sent me over the edge to the point where I almost tried to kill myself. And thank God it didn't work. But I got
Mm-hmm.
depressed that time. And then the other time that got me into a hole was this is in 2011. I lost my college roommate, Anthony. He, like I say, he got to a dark space and he went the other route where he actually killed himself. He was successful. And because me being his roommate, I took a lot of that guilt because I spent a lot of time with him. And it didn't really hit me until I met his family, and they said it had such an
Mm-hmm.
impact on him. And I was like, if I had such an impact on him, why couldn't I stop him? So that put me in a dark place. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, those are the two big instances where I remember being very depressed.
Mm-hmm. Just a little sidebar here. Have someone ever hit on you while you were married?
Surprisingly, yes. I will kind of give you a little me. I wasn't exactly the most outgoing people. I was a real late bloomer, so I really started getting relationships when I was in college. But after I got married in 2014, I found girls that I would talk to was like really trying to approach me now and stuff. Like I guess they love the fact that I was in a committed relationship. And
The
I was like,
challenge.
where was this energy when I was talking to you a year or two ago? But now that I'm married and I talk about how great my wife is and stuff, it's like all of a sudden, like even when I was working at Taco Bell of all places, like people said I was cute there. I was like, but I'm a cashier. I work
It's the
there.
uniform.
Look, I'm making 8 something an hour and I'm working at Taco Bell or Wendy's and they see me talk about my wife and all of a sudden I'm a catch. So, yes, I did get hit on quite a bit when I was married and to me it didn't make sense. But just side note, I was never tempted.
Good for you.
Yes.
Okay, well, speaking about your wife, name one thing your wife does that annoy you.
Ooh, and she probably see this coming. So at night, because I'm very warm blooded, and she likes to steal my body heat. So what she will do is she will take her real cold hands and feet, and she will put them over my feet or my arms or whatever, and just start stealing it from me, knowing good and well that she has icicles for hands, and it annoys me to death. Also, sometimes she knows I'm very ticklish around my feet, so she just tickle them to no tomorrow just to see me squirm. I say she's sick from watching me want to squirm, but that's just how she.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. Well, that was a nice short interview, but now on to the fun part. The game that I want to play right now, just to bring up one scenario or two that you can choose from, is called Choose One You'd Rather Do. Would you rather use someone else's toothbrush or use someone else's plate?
Definitely a plate. I'm not putting my teeth where somebody else is. I don't care if you got pearly whites. I'm not. No, especially in COVID. I'd rather take my chances with your plate. Just not having a toothbrush. I mean, who does that?
You never know.
I ain't
You
trying to
never
find
know.
out.
Some people support that.
Well, they ain't my circle.
Well, okay, grown folks, you have heard enough from Mr. Christopher Blocker. Well, we call him Chris. And thank you so much for taking out your time. And shout out to you. Today is your birthday, player.
Yeah, big 3-2.
Today is your birthday. Happy birthday, and hope you have many more.
Thank you, love.
May God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you.